Okay, so we have a fresh scene, and the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change my timeline into a shader editor by clicking on the clock icon there, which represents the timeline. We're going to click or pick shader editor, and I'm going to press Control Space to maximize the shader editor. Then I'm going to go to a folder where I've got my textures, and I'm going to individually drag them in because you can't do them all at once. So I'm going to drag in my diffuse, then my mask map, and my normal map. Now, first thing I'm going to do is plug in the normal map into the principal shader, and I need to press Shift A and click on search, and what we want is a normal map node. So not the normal, it's this second one here, normal map. So we click on that and drop it into the scene. Now what we want to do is we want to plug like for like here, so it's color coded, so the color yellow on my normal map goes into the color input on the normal map node. And at some point you need to remember to change the color space of your normal map to non-color. It's important you do that because it won't look right if you don't do that. And by default, this should be tangent space. And then the purple output goes into the purple input up there in the normal slot. Now we'll deal with our mask map. Now this is an Unreal style mask map where we have, if I drag this out, you can see by the name, it's named Occlusion Roughness Metallic, and that corresponds to the RGB channels. So occlusion is red, etc. And so obviously to plug this into our principal shader, we need to split those channels up, and we need for that, if I do another Shift A and click on search, we need a separate color node. So you could type in SEP and it'll be the second option in the list. And we're just going to drop that down in the scene there. I'm going to take the color, the yellow output, plug it into the yellow color input there. And now we've got access to the three channels. So we're going to leave occlusion, which is the red channel for the moment. We're going to go into the green, which is roughness, plug it in there. And blue is going to be metallic, plug it in there. Now we're going to move on to our diffuse or albedo texture. And to mix this with the occlusion, we're just going to do another Shift A, click on search, and it would be, I'm going to type mix, but we don't want mix, we want mix color. We click on that, drop it into the scene, and we are going to immediately change the mode, so this mix mode, to multiply. So this is literally just a multiply node, right? And we take the color from our albedo, plug that into A, and we take the red channel, which is our occlusion, and plug it into the B slot. And you can change the factor to whatever you want, but if you want maximum occlusion, you'd obviously change that to 1. And then we can take the result and plug it into the base color. And at this point, again, this color space for our mask map should be set to non-color, like so. And now if I do another Control Space, and maybe we'll maximize the viewport here, and I'll press or click on the cube, focus on that, and change it to render mode, and we should get our nicely PBR textured material.